When I restarted my collection back in 2023, I decided to collect only Studio Series. The reason being, I wasn't all into G1 all that much growing up, besides culturally rewatching Season 3 like a fucking lunatic, and had no real interest in 86. The War for Cybertron trilogy had come and went in my distancing for the franchise in late 2017, and I knew basically nothing about it. So when I restarted my collection, I just decided Studio Series was the way to go. But the more I collected, the more I wanted some blast effects to make the stop motions and photos I took seem cooler. And when an SSA6 2-pack was announced, for the price of a liter with blast effects, heck yeah, I could just sell the figures later or give them to my friends. So the same day I bought Studio Series 102, I got this pack. I am now in a hell of my own making. Studio Series 86, Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Dead Prowl, and Dead Ironhide. Yes, they're dead. I still can't believe they made these. Hey guys, you know those characters you love? Well, here's their corpse. Have fun with the generational trauma. But in all seriousness, these two were my first introductions to 86, and despite getting this just for the blast effects, I actually got really into these guys. And since I had no other G1 style figures, I ended up buying a bunch of War for Cybertron Trilogy and 86 figures from my local shop, and now I need them all! Ironhide and Prowl are both very solid figures. I genuinely have no issues with Prowl besides the fact that my copy likes role-playing as 07 Jazz, but Ironhide, he does have more issues, but he's much more adventurous and fun. They're both above average in their posing in similar and different ways, and I was gonna have like multiple paragraphs of just explaining how, but I decided to just ad-lib it because lazy. I don't really know how to do audio correction, so you're just gonna have to deal with audio on this side. Hello. The thumper is moving upstairs again. Anyway, I'm gonna start with Prowl. Why not? Prowl. You know, ball joint at the head. He has some decent range. Shoulders can go out that far, but you can disengage the transformation joint. Just don't do it to both sides at once, because then that becomes loose. Full 360 at the arm. Really tight bicep swivel on mine. Above 90 at the elbow, which I really like. Very tight wrist swivels on mine. Waist rotation that if I spin it just a little too much, and I just pulled on it, but super high kick. It can also go back. Oh, that's weird. I never really noticed that before. Okay, so it can only go back like that far. And if you try to force it, it just kind of rotates the waist on its own. I never noticed that before. Anyway. So yeah, the back motion's a little hindered. But with that high kick and the gappiness here, it is hollow. But I'm okay with that because... Look at... Dude, his foot cups his butt. Oh, his back and a little bit forward at the ankle, and a super good pivot, so you can get him into some extremely posable poses, or posable poses, dynamic poses. See, there's something real quick. Ironhide here is also quite posable. He has like he has okay range at just the ball joint. Look up that far, can't kind of. Doesn't really look down at all and then rotates. But there's a neck joint here, mostly for transformation, that allows you to do like the chicken neck thing, so you can look down a lot more and look up a lot more. His arms can go out that far, but unfortunately on my copy, is a bit, yeah. It's much more noticeable when he has a gun in his hand. And it's like that for both shoulders, unfortunately. And after you move that out the way, his legs can go up, 90, back 90, outwards 90. He has a little, just barely over 90 at the knee. Ankle pivot, and a whole lot of up. Like, that's unhealthy. You need to see a doctor. And a lot of down as well, so you can be like a ballerina. Or not, I guess. Well, oh, I forgot. Waist rotation, I guess, backwards ab crunch. One more thing. Oh, that was actually kind of cool. So, I don't know why I forgot this. This was like something I wrote in my original script. His wrists bend down for transformation, which allow for really good melee weapon poses. So let's say he's like smashing something down like that. That works really well. Or if he's just like, I don't know, like holding the sword up in the air. Loose shoulders. Like I said during the posing segment, Prowl is hollow. But I don't mind it because it serves a purpose, allowing him to transform for one and hit those poses I showed you earlier. And yes, Ironhide shoulders are loose on my copy. Hopefully a bit of super glue will fix that, but because it's on a pin, it will be riskier to do. So wish me luck. I did split his crotch plate, but it didn't turn out the cleanest, I'll admit. But luckily it fits his already battle damaged look. I did custom paint him a bit too, but as you can see it's chipping off because, you know, I'm not good at doing that. These two look sick alongside other G1 style figures and, oh, fun. My jazz is yellowing. It took long enough, to be honest. Them being retools, they had a bit of extra budget that they decided to fill with blast effects. You know, to recreate this. I'm going to skip the transformations. The Datsun mold's been done quite a few times, and Ironhide's issues are infamous, though it's much easier to do on this copy with the lack of clear plastic. Their alt modes are nice. The police car is pretty damn clean looking. I love just looking at it. And Ironhide's van mode, God, I love van transformers. I can't tell you why. Whenever I see a transformer that's a van, I just go, fuck yeah. Though Ironhide's chest damage doesn't work here too well, and his back doesn't stay together. But it doesn't really bother me too much. Suspension of disbelief, I guess. I'm sure you've noticed I haven't really complained about them, and it's because there really isn't anything to complain about for the most part besides my copy-specific issues. They're both extremely solid molds, and them in a 2-pack with blast effects for the price of a liter, it was definitely worth it at the time. But now it's on discount everywhere, so I recommend getting it while you can, especially if you don't already have the molds. That is all for today's weather report. This has been the Maelstrom. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, and tune into the next broadcast whenever that may be. This is your Stormcaster, signing off.